Sixth grade Excel, lesson 102. Here we go. And we've got a studio audience, live studio audience today to learn how to multiply and divide decimal numbers by a power of 10. We have Kaylee with the parade wave, and we have Emma and Mrs. Rettinger and Abby, and we have Eden and Taylor. Got a whole big studio audience here for the math lesson today. And Eden's going to just run around and cause trouble. Right, Eden?
You got books.
Just, yeah, destroy the books. Okay, here we go. This is a big, hard lesson, so we better get going. It's a little tricky. Multiply the following numbers by 10, 100, and 1,000. In each case, notice what happens to the decimal place. After doing problems 1 and 2, see if you can write a rule for a shortcut when multiplying by powers of 10. Powers of 10 include times 10, times 100, times 1,000, times 10,000, etc. So number 1's already been done for you. They took the number 4.72 and multiply it by 10 and got 47.20. When you multiply by 100, you get 472. Are you noticing anything here? When you multiply by 1,000, the same number, you get 4,720.00. Okay, do you see a pattern that's happening? Oh, number 2 is not even on there for us. All right, so we're going to do 5.3 on this one. Go ahead and multiply 5.3 times 10 times 100 and times 1,000 and see what you get. And pause the video and turn it back on after you have the answers. All right, who's going to do these for me?
I will. I think, no, I will.
Okay, Emma's going to go up there and multiply. Oh, you already have a pen.
Yeah.
See how yours is working.
I like purple. Okay. Okay.
Okay, here goes Emma. Go ahead, multiply 5.3 times 10.
Okay, so 5.3 times 10 would be
Just go ahead and do the actual multiplication.
53 point. Wait, okay, how does it?
Put a 0 down. 3 times 1.
And that's 3. Wait, 0.
You want to erase all that and start over again?
Yeah.
Okay. Just clear all that stuff out of there. 5.3 is the number.
Okay, so.
So 5.3.
So
Okay, put down your 0. Okay, 3 times 1.
3 times this 3.
5 times 1.
What, 5?
Okay, and how far is the decimal point over? Okay, right
1.
there.
So that's 53
Okay, now
times
do the
0.
next one. 5.3 times 100.
5.3 times 100 would be 530.0. There.
Okay, now do it times 1,000.
Okay.
Alright, now can you think of a rule that gives you a shortcut to how do you take any number and multiply it by 10, any number times 100, any number times 1,000? What is the rule going to be for the shortcut on that? Go ahead and pause the video, everybody at home, and then turn it back on and see if you come up with the same rule that Emma comes up with here. Okay, so tell me what you're going to write for your rule.
You're going to add a 0 each time you multiply by a higher number that has a 0.
Okay, what's happening to the decimal point? 5.3 times 10 is 53. 5.3 times 100, look where the decimal point is. 5.3 times 1,000, look what happened to the decimal point.
The decimal point is moving down.
Okay, which direction is the decimal point moving?
Right.
So let's make that our rule. Move the decimal point to the right, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how many spots are you moving it to the right? Can you always know how many spots to move it to the right?
How many?
You move it to the right the same number of what?
22, that's a 0.
That's right, the same number of zeros. Okay, so move the decimal to the right, the same number as the zeros, right?
Mm-hmm. To the right, what?
You think about it. What is it? Move the decimal to the right. How many spots? Do you always move it the same number of spots no matter what? How do you know how many spots to move it?
Because it, like, right. This is 0.
Well, on the first one, you move the decimal point over one spot. 5.3. If you move it over one spot, you get 53, right?
Oh, because the 0 adds each number.
Because there's 1 0. You're going to move it over the same number of zeros that you have.
Like that?
Yeah, there's an E in zeros. 2 E's. ES.
Oh.
Change that S into an E. That's okay. We don't want to teach people to write words with the wrong spelling.
Like that?
Okay, yep. Okay, so for the same number of zeros that you have. So what you're going to do is, on this one, 5.3, you're multiplying it by 10. So you move the decimal point over one spot for the 1 0. Right here, 2 zeros, 2 spots. Boom, boom. Decimal point, you got to fill in the empty 0. 3 zeros, 3 spots. 2 empty spots to fill in the 0. Okay? Now, let's see if you can write the numbers. Go ahead and at home, pause the video, do problems 3 through 6, and then turn it back on, and we'll show you what the answers are. Kaylee, you want to try these?
Wait, so it's not one?
Yeah, you're going to use the shortcut. Okay, so for every 0, for every power of 10, you can move the decimal one place to the right. So go ahead, and number 3 is done. 10 times 3.362 is 3.62 because it's only 1 0, so you move the decimal over one spot.
So this would be times
1,000
4?
times 4, put a 4 right there. Okay, right, equals.
It's 400.
That's pretty simple, right?
There's 2 zeros, so 1 would be 40.0.
What's 100 times 4?
400.
400, not 40.
Sorry.
Where's the decimal point start in the number 4?
Where does the decimal point start?
Yeah, where's the decimal point in the number 4?
After the 4?
Okay.
Or before the 4? After.
So put where it starts in there.
Okay.
Okay, now how many spots do you move it over?
1,
Yep, right there. So the answer is what?
400.
400, good. Try number 5.
100 times 9 equals 9,000.
Right?
So the
That's
point,
pretty simple.
the point starts here.
Uh-huh.
And 1, 2, 3.
Exactly. So the answer is 9,000 because it moves over 3 spots.
And
Okay,
then
now this one gets a little trickier.
10 times 3.6. Okay. 3.6. So equals,
Okay, you see where the decimal point is right there, right?
yes,
How many spots are you going to move it over?
1 time.
1 spot. So when you move it over 1 to the right, what's your answer going to be?
Right now,
Yep.
36.
There you go. Write the answer. 36. Beautiful. Okay. Divide the following numbers by 10, 100, and 1,000. Zeros. Oh, look, they didn't put an E in here. Maybe you don't put an E in there. I don't know. It didn't look right with an E, huh? Zeros will need to be added to the right of the decimal. In each case, notice what happens to the decimal place. After doing problems 7 and 8, see if you can write a rule for a shortcut when dividing by powers of 10. So here's 321. We're going to divide it by 10. When you divide it by 10, you get 32.1. When you divide it by 100, you get 3.21. When you divide by 1,000, you get 0.321. Do you see what's happening to the decimal point? Okay, let's try this one. 1,578 divided by 10. 10 goes into 15 one time. That's a remainder of 5, right? 10 goes into 57 5 times. That's a remainder of 7. 10 goes into 78 7 times, that's a remainder of 8. Got to put the decimal point right here. And 10 goes into 80, 8 times. So 157.8. 100 goes into 157 one time. Notice that the 1578 didn't change. 1578 up there. So we have 1578. Decimal point comes up to there, right? And then what's this answer going to be? There you go, because 1,000 goes into 1,578 one time.
And it's going to be like pound 1578, but you put the decimal point in a different spot.
Okay, so can we make a rule for what's happening to the decimal point here? What do you think?
The decimal point moves to the left.
How many spots do you know to move it to the left? Here it went 1, 2, 3, and the answer was 1.578, right? How did I know to move it 3 spots?
Because the three zeros and 1,000.
1 spot for every 0, right? Okay, now this only works when we're multiplying by powers of 10. The number 10, 100, 1,000. It doesn't work with 5,000 or 300 or something like that. Only when it's got a 1 and then some zeros after that 1. All right, let's take a look at some other problems like these and see if we can solve them. Go ahead and pause the video, turn it back on when you're ready to see the solution. Anybody think they can do these? You want me to do them? Okay. So number 9 is done for you. Here's the decimal point right there. And if I divide it by 10, that decimal point is going to move to the left 1 spot for the 1 0. So the answer comes out to be 0.362. Easy. 52 divided by 1,000. Where does the decimal point start? Is it 5.2? Where's the decimal in this number? After the 2, right? If I'm dividing by 1,000, what am I going to do with that decimal point?
You're going to move it 3 times.
Move it 3 spots
To
the right or the left.
right.
I'm dividing by 1,000. Do I move it to the right or the left? Now it gets confusing, huh? It's like, which way do we move it? Well, if we're going to divide by a number, do I get a smaller or a bigger answer? You want it smaller. If I move the decimal point out this way, is that number going to get smaller? It's going to be like 52,000, right? That's not smaller than 52. So to get a smaller answer, which way do I have to move the decimal point? To the left, right? 1, 2, 3 spots. So what's the answer? There you go, 0.052, right? Because I moved it over 3 spots, which ended up here, and I don't have a number in that spot right there, which means I got to put a 0 in there. Okay? 47.8 divided by 100. What am I going to do? Move the decimal point. Which direction?
Left.
How many spots?
2 times.
Why 2 times?
Because it's 2 zeros and 100.
2 zeros, right? 1, 2, 0.478. 0.3 divided by 10. Which way do I move the decimal?
Left.
How many spots?
1.
So what's the answer?
0.03. Yeah.
0.03. All right, thanks for watching.